Good morning, Liam, everyone. We want to share out some important fact when we discover them. Time we read in Bible, especially Lord chapter of Genesis chapter 1 or chapter 2. Before that, we want to remind them you about the one of the book where one of the writer named him Alex Harley him write about him. Or him write him. Book title play him Roots. When them where Alex Harley hemi no save book where hemi write hemi cultivate millions of American loliko pak lo discover historical roots plol keda. Oli sechem ancestral roots plol keda lo archive lo libraries and throughout the United States more across the ocean. Strong thinking plus sechem ancestral roots emi want something where you may practice all nivans, you may practice time where you may go through the one history pro crown, you may go back pro set your ancestral roots pro you may pro fire and where place you may come out like. But namely time where you may go back pro set your ancestral roots pro you may purposely pro you may find where place you may come out like and why you may stop the place here and where place you may stop go. Exploration back one family tree and me reflect them strong thinking blow. You know about them roots no more, but about the meaning blow individual life. Meaning blow one life play you me. Mostly full of people today only find them total distraction, total meaningless lo life. Some only cry only tell them so we tired will live lo wall here. Modern science and technology only give him full up research. Kalau kukul make him full of research. Got full of research is that. Abundance of good, more communication, mass of fact, all proof, all evidence. Where he have a help to give me meaning to life. However, full up all evidence where you have go find them, you have go research them. Profound belief where you have go belief system play you me. Abundance of good. You have help me unless you must got binding goals. I know about them communication, I mean about them individual commitment play you me. I know about the mass of fact, but I mean about the mastering faith. You look him sense time where me feel him emptiness lo me feel him that me stranger lo wall me feel him that life no got meaning. Me experience me experience. And lo me no sabe overcome him feeling lo me. Unless we must go back to set your ancestral roots lo me. We must go back to set your ancestral roots lo me. Even though you may live in one skillful, developed world, full up with them, economic, scientific, political system we stop playing today, but all get something you know satisfy me. The only thing where you find a ancestral roots play you, whereby me bringing meaning to life play you need play you may reach him hand play you may higher. You may reach him hand play you may higher. Such faith will reach him hand play you may go higher as mankind. Such faith you may need him three-dimensional scope. And one is go back law history, origin play you. That is past. Present focus law salvation play you. That is present. And future play you where now you may stop calling. Where now future destiny play. Where now future destiny play. So you look him very important. Play me must look trivial dimension. And this morning we want to present them play. And play you focus on trivial dimension. Sabbath me play very important role. You look him basis lo cosmic faith. Sabbath is relevant lo time play me today or modern people from hemi nourishim trivial dimensional faith. Thimble Sabbath, time you study lehem emi encompass emi surround them, emi contain them creation, origin play you me. Emi contain them redemption, salvation play you me. Mo Sabbath emi contain them future, yawns of eternity, whereby you spend them with them Jesus level. So hemi about them past, present, more future. Hemi about them man, hemi about them nature, more hemi about them God where you serve. You look in plus them logical place plus them storyan play you me about them cosmic message plus Sabbath. Sabbath message is so relevant. Important lo time play me today because biblical account lo origin plus Sabbath and we begin with them creation story. Past creation story. Very first word we may find them lo biblical record about them subject plus Sabbath. And we keystone lo every development whereby hemi taking place. Keystone, first word. Where you may find them lo creation story. In fact, time you look lo structure lo creation story, and we start lo Genesis chapter 1, ikangam kasam Genesis chapter 2, verse 3. You look him, in fact, structure lo first creation story hemi present them Genesis chapter 1, read him Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Verse 2. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering upon the face of the earth. You read him, you come down first, second, third day, fourth, fifth, you come past some sixth, you read him chapter 2. Chapter 2, he tell him say, thus the heaven and the earth and all the host of them were finished. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had done. Chapter 2. And he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had done. Verse 3. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his work which God had created and made. So, every heavy first structure of creation story. Me know you forgot the point here. Every heavy first structure of creation story. You look in 7 days Sabbath, hemi represent them highest point of creation, more completion, and complete work of creation. Me repeat me. Genesis chapter 1, Ikam Kasam chapter 2, verse 2 and 3. Hemi present them structure of first creation story, more highest point, more completion, plus work, plus creation, plus God. According to biblical record, 6 days God hemi create them space, 6 days God hemi create them space, and we create them heaven, more earth, he create them all natures, create them soul water. Then we create them, God first, we create them all get something here, lo soul water we put them fish, air, space he put them all fowls, land he put them all animals, with them all man. Well known story we suffer. Then, lo chapter 2, verse 2 and 3, and we tell them, then, on the seventh day, God may finish his work. You look at structure of first creation story. God he created everything lo 6 days. Then, lo 7th day, God may finish his work play or somewhere he may read him finish. He may rest lo 7th day from all his work which he had done. So God may bless them 7th day more, he may hallow him, and make him become holy, sanctified, set him aside holy. Only day within only those 7 days of the week, yeah, God and me set them aside only one day. 7 day and me make them holy, God and me rest. Everything we have me created. So you look in Sabbath, importance for Sabbath. Have me remind me about them human origin, creation. Remind me about them creation. Remind me about them present, redemption play. Kami talk about them yet. Then me remind me about them future play. Yawns of eternity. Sabbath whereby we spend them life. Isaiah 66 and we talk about them. Kami touch me behind. Sabbath is very important because I may remind them you me too. Lo story and lo Sabbath, 7 day, Hemi located also dividing point plus between and plus first creation story. You want to follow me closely. First creation story, we start with Genesis chapter 1, come to chapter 2, we finish with verse 3. So Sabbath is a dividing point where Emmy end them first creation story. First creation story, come, go them no end them with them one story and block anything else. But Emmy end them first creation story structure where them Sabbath also we reading of first chapter 2, verse 3. Where Bible let me tell him say on the 7th day God finished his work which he had done and he rested on the 7th day. And God blessed the 7th day and hallowed it because on it God rested from all his work which he had done in creation. And maybe verse 3. Verse 2 more verse 3 plus chapter 2. Then it came lo end of verse 3 verse 4. God and me talk about them differently. Read him, listen by me read him, and me tell him verse 4. And me tell him, okay, by me read him, and me tell him writing the Bible is small a little bit. And me say, this is the history of the heavens and the earth when they were created in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens. Location plus 7 day Sabbath, emi dividing point, emi implying, emi talam liumi, importance plus role or very important role. It reminded me about a very important role was 7 day emi play lo place here. So you look him 7 day lo first point, 7 day lo end plus structure plus first creation story. 7 day he reminded me about them celebration plus creation. 7 day he reminded me about them human inauguration. From you looking storyan plus creation ya tamu he kami related tamu God create a man. After the man Sabbath. So Emmy reminded me about them human inauguration, human beginning, human origin. You make a outlaw, handlaw creator. So Sabbath me play a very important role that he reminded me about them God me create a world. More he reminded me that he birthday blow world Sabbath. Sabbath me play a very important role that human inauguration, human beginning. Celebration plus human beginning have taken place lo Sabbath. Afterward, God created man, have celebrate them crowning jewel plus creation lo Sabbath. Man, very interesting. Point him. Next point him. First creation story 7 day have closely connected with them human origin of Samitalam. Look at creation story, first creation story have closely connected with them human origin because as soon as God created man, and we celebrate them human inauguration, we celebrate them creation plan, we celebrate them human beginning too. Look at him. And we indicate them by the fact that after the creation, God blessed the man. After we God and me create them everything, have me bless the man lo Sabbath, also crowning jewel, blo creation plan. You looking by me reading 26, 27, 31, blo chapter 1, Genesis. Oh, writing blo Bible, you know, clear by me, be patient with me, while by me, laptop blo me. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. Okay, verse 26, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowls of the air, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. And so God created man in his own image, in the image of God he created male and female, created he them. So, let me stop verse 31. Okay, let me read in verse 31. Verse 31, let me say, and God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth. The first creation story, or in fact, story ploman, mo story and plo Sabbath, God I mean not give him in sequence no more. You mean him, you look him after man, Sabbath. But you know him no more. Story and plo man with them Sabbath, he come one, he got big for coverage slam. More than any other creations where God me created. God die focus lo man, God die focus lo Sabbath, more important than all narvla creation plan. So you look him, Adam first full day. So you look him reflection, time when you look him creation lo man, creation lo Sabbath, God die focus lo to more than any other creation. Time when you look him, you look him Sabbath, God I mean need to enjoy more than someone else. And God he put him Adam. He created man. So man he depend on Sabbath. Without a man, why not got Sabbath? From God, you know, Sabbath enjoy him celebration for creation without a human being, without a man. So Adam first full day for life plan was the seventh day. You know, Tuesday, you know, Wednesday, you know, Sunday. Adam first full day for life plan and his seventh day. So, but you can't agree with me also. Hemi no spend them for work. Look in Bible, hemi dalam rest. Hemi no spend them for work. But hemi spend them plus celebrate them. Mo express them gratitude plehem. Ikolo papa plehem where me create them, where me God. That is where hemi originate plehem. That is his origin. So hemi come out here now. Land lo creator. So hemi celebrate with them make up plehem. And not only that, hemi celebrate with them make up plehem, lo express him gratitude, worship him, lo tell him thank you of our human origin. In a creation play human being. Complete, more perfect. Verse 31 na mitalam. And everything we God and we create them and it was good, very good. So look him, man and we created to live with an image to God. For example, we must adopt them example to create a plan. Also Genesis chapter 1 verse 26 and mitalam. God and we create them humilo image plan. So because God created them humilo image plan, you may need to follow image example to create Genesis 1:26. In fact, number 4 commandment. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. So number 4 commandment related to walk and rest. 6 days you work, 7 days you rest. And me base law responsibility play you me man play you me imitate, you me follow example because you me created lo image lo or creator, so you me need to follow footstep lo creator and me rest lo picnic. And me rest lo picnic. So moreover Jesus Christ himself and me declare him emphatically and me tell him lo Mark Luke 27 well known text and me tell him moreover Jesus Christ himself and me declare him that the Sabbath was made for man. Sabbath was made for man. You look at that way, Hebrew word for man, hemi meaning Adam. Let me come back. Hebrew word for man, hemi meaning Adam. So name ya, hemi meaning sport specifically Adam or mankind. Sabbath hemi no plon choose. Adam lo Hebrew word, hemi meaning mankind. Man lo Hebrew word, hemi meaning Adam. Hemi simply meaning mankind. Adam hemi meaning mankind. So me want to read them one text, Genesis chapter 5 verse 2. Very interesting text. One and what you know been Sabbath before. Let me show you. Genesis chapter 5 verse 2 hemi talamosa. Patient with me from writing the Bible hemi small. And he said, he created them male and female and placed them and called them mankind in the very day they were created. Lo King James Vision hemi talamosa. After we God them he created them tuvala, lo same day male and female he named them Adam. Lo translation where me hold them all same lo place here, hemi all changes Bible hemi talam say lo same very day and me after we created male and female he named them tuvala mankind. So you look him, Sabbath was for all mankind. Sabbath hemi no choose. Genesis chapter 5 and we make it clear. Verse 2 and we tell him say Sabbath and we blow mankind. So the first creation story, remember Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, you come to chapter 2, finish the verse 3. First creation story structure yeah. And we come end the place 7-day Sabbath. And we mark him celebration, lo creation lo warrior. And we mark him in general celebration lo human inauguration. Human in particular. After we got the creator man, he make him out, he expression him love. Holy Sabbath day. Lord, tell him, thank you God, where you created me. Mankind. You created mankind. Male and female. And very interesting. And not only that, I mean birthday blow world. Jubilee blow world. Never forget. Sabbath play a very important role. Without them Sabbath, life play you by meaningless. Because Sabbath contain in past, contain in present, more it contain in future. Last point we want to make it. You look in inauguration of human history. Second creation story, and we start chapter 2, verse 4. You go verse 25. Verse 4, you got some verse 25. Let me describe it in greater detail. Let me storyan na way kamo pikuan. Lo Genesis about them history of human life. And we also closely link with them 7-day Sabbath too. Since story of creation and we begin after lo storyan plus celebration plus first Sabbath. Adam we spend them first Sabbath with them God. First full day play with them God and Sabbath. Celebrate them human inauguration. Celebrate them Jubilee world, birthday world at the same time. Beginning, tama yung looking hemi story hemi change lo. Number 2 face. plus story and plus creation. Emi tala mo lo verse 4, emi said, these are the generation of the heavens, meritim lo laptop. These are the generations of the heavens and the earth. Genesis chapter 2, verse 4, RSV translation. Lo place hem yusuman lo woto li kolam toledo. Meaning generation, history, genealogy, history, story or account. You looking emi tala mo hemi account lo heaven and earth time where everything hemi created. Straight after the Sabbath. Straight after the Sabbath. Verse 4. Straight after the Sabbath lo verse 3, verse 4. From hem story and lo foundation lo human life hemi take institution lo Sabbath also point of departure. Sabbath hemi end. Then history lo human life hemi taken place. Account, story and history hemi taken place. So Sabbath hemi end, then history lo mankind hemi begin. Man, you got some point when we try to stress on? From when him storyan lo human life hemi taken place straight after the institution plus 7 day, or some point of departure. Sabbath hemi finish, then history hemi begin downward. History, story and plus mankind hemi begin. You look him full of historian. Me personally, me believe him that it is because I come to a time where I got confusion. God had me connect them departure, history, story and mankind, human life. Had me depart from the Sabbath, straight after the Sabbath discussion, Sabbath rest. It is because story and mankind by me come to a point that man by must go back plus sechem historical original ancestry kita or historical roots kita, and only need to connect to come back. Sechem come back, by the come back to find him, come back to story and Sabbath. It is because the history plus salvation and me directly connected with them Sabbath. And me connected with them 7 day. 10 times inside the Genesis, history of God's people and me link together with them what their history, generation. First link, you may look him, and me connected with them 7 day Sabbath. Wait till I'm saying from him, and me end, then history of mankind and me begin. And why have me God and me connect them with them history of mankind and me connected with them Sabbath? Point when me trying to stress them. Question when you want to answer them. Why? It is because undoubtedly because they are and we celebrate them human inauguration. Fact structure story block creation and we come end with them Sabbath, then mankind history and we begin. It is because you with the me into must understand them that hemi now hemi inauguration plus human history. Hemi now hemi where you may begin. Origin plus you may hemi start lo place here now. Me hope say you aware lo when the point when we try to stress. According to biblical witnesses, origin plus 7 day Sabbath and me rooted lo creation event. Our long story. You may follow me some. And me function within this event, within that event, and me function within that event. Creation story, Sabbath and me remind them you me about them God and me create them you me. Within that event, you looking? You may celebrate them completion of creation, jubilee of world, birthday of world, human inauguration, human beginning. You may start with place. So suppose you want to be a human being. You feel that life can be meaningless. Me encourage you. Go back, set your history, original roots play. And tamo pa you go back, set your most original roots play. Bible me make them very plain that have me connect them. Human history and me connected with them Sabbath. So in order for you find them true happiness, joy, more meaningful life, you need to accept them Sabbath. That have me remind them you that God have me create them you image plan. And God have me want them that from God He create them you image play him and me want them that you imitate them. One them where have me set them aside lo creation. Adam first full day have me spend them with them God lo Sabbath day. After where God have me create them Adam and Eve. After where God and Adam made me sing him first love song lo kada no fit and me dalam bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. And we spend them first honeymoon play him. No Sabbath. God and me set them aside Sabbath. God He blessed them, He sanctified. That is why Jesus and me come and me emphatically state them, make me clear. Lo Mark chapter 2 verse 27. The Sabbath was made for man. You know Jewish. Man, lo original language, lo Hebrew, have meaning mankind. Adam have meaning mankind. So the Sabbath was made for all humanity. But think about them God or some creator. But think about them God or some human origin. You mean? More think about them God that you may inaugurate outlaw define and plan. Human beginning and make them outlaw handle Papa God. May God may bless them you. As time you can't understand them about them truth. Understand them truth about them Sabbath lo God. Function play him lo creation story, mo lo plan lo salvation, mo lo future pa him come. But you come lo make him choice for you, lo accept them Sabbath. We accept him Jesus as some personal savior. Lo life for you. As him me make me clear, him me master lo Sabbath. God bless you.